Okay, so our audio is now opened in Audacity. So how do we anonymize this audio now we've got it open here? What do we do to it? Well, within the CA community, there is a standard for using pitch changes, specifically down pitch changes, to anonymize audio, to anonymize speakers' voices. And of course, that's also a standard outside of the CA community. If you watch a news interview with someone who doesn't want to be identified, for example, their voice will often be down pitched. And I think that that's a good way of doing it, and that's the way I'm going to be talking about here. So how do we do this in Audacity? Well, I'm assuming that you'll want to do it to all of a video. If you wanted to do it to a specific patch of the video, you would just highlight and then do what I'm about to do. But if you want to do it to all of the video, which again, we're talking about anonymizing a full clip here and then extracting from it. So I'm going to assume that's what you want to do. So the way that you highlight all of a video is on your keyboard, you go Control. I've been sure how to say that key. I suppose it's Control, but it's CTRL, so I call it Control. So you go Control and A at the same time, and there we go. All of the clip is now highlighted. And then we go up here to Effect, click on Effect, and we go down to Change Pitch. Let me just get this back to 0, because when you first open it up, it should be at 0. So yeah, so you're at 0 now. You're at your baseline. I typically go down by about 17. That seems to me to strike about the right balance between making a voice, changing a voice enough that it can actually be called anonymized, but without making it sound demonically low. And of course, the lower it goes, the harder it can be to understand. So 17 seems to me to strike the right balance, but it may depend on your speaker's baseline pitch. So you may want to play around with that a little bit. For the purposes of this video, I'm going to go with 17. So all I do is I go down to 17, I've dragged that down there, and then I click OK. And take a few seconds, and yeah, so that pitch change has now been applied to the whole video, and if I just play it back...
These questions really just...
Yeah, I have quite a deep voice to begin with, actually, so that does make me sound a little bit demonic, but I'm not going to worry too much about that. This is just a tutorial. So yeah, so that is applying a pitch change to an entire piece of audio.